Good morning, everyone. Just another day to annoy the rest of the world with my shitty nonsense, is what an average anime power scaler would say. Now, before I start, I feel like it's pretty obvious, but for the smooth brains out there, I know not every single power scaler is the worst possible human ever, even though they definitely don't rank too high on the societal food chain. I understand that comparing a character's strengths is a genuine pastime for some people. It's not the innocent discussions that I want to shed light on, though. It's the bottom-feeding morons that haven't left their dark dungeons of their abodes and stay typing away on their crusty Cheeto dust-covered keyboards. Buckle up, we're in for a ride. To be honest, I'm wondering if some people know and understand the stupidity they say, because fanboys just spout things like universal level and star/planetary level so casually without any reasonable explanation on it. I mean, seriously, just pause for a moment and imagine the size of the sun, the smallest star near us. And despite being considered a small star, it's not even close to being relatively small compared to the size of the Earth. Do these morons know how huge the sun is? A small level star, for example, if a character like Naruto is considered a star level or planetary level and is stabbed by a sword, does that mean that sword is just automatically star level because it was able to damage him? And they throw around star level so casually that it's like a no-brainer to them. Earth is a literal speck of dust compared to the sun, and that normal sword that stabs Naruto is just a speck of dust compared to the Earth. And they're trying to argue that that sword can stab a star? You gotta be kidding me. These claims make me want to turn the other cheek and walk out like my dad did when he said he was going to grab milk. If he didn't return, I could do the same. I'll give some life wisdom here. If you think you are right all the time, you have never learned anything in life. This is exactly what lacks in power scalers thinking. They always think that their knowledge is right, and they think they cannot be criticized with refutable evidence. These same morons are not exclusive in just the anime fandom either. In DC and Marvel, Thor, Superman, Hulk, you name it, it still makes an appearance. The worst of all, it's when these individuals try to enforce their pseudoscience belief of dimensional tiering, like 5D, 6D, 9D, all the way up to 56,000D, or God knows when that D will stop, if you know what I'm saying. Which doesn't even make any sense, but they keep enforcing it in other fiction as if it's a universal rule that should just be accepted, and when it's just simply not that easy. Comics may use it, but that doesn't mean other fiction should, use that specific pseudo-invented science of the comics in all of fictional power scaling. They say things like, my character is 16D, yours is only in 3D, so inherently by the transitive property, you lose. What? Who the f even enforces these weird rules? It's not like 16D is even truly plausible. Every fandom shares its own toxic level of fanboys because everyone is trying to enforce their own beliefs onto other people, and they believe that their favorite character should always win all of the time, and they hate losing. In psychology, that probably reflects their own character as well, which means in real life they also hate losing, and their inferiority is triggered when someone tries to change their beliefs, so they're immediately heated whenever they feel like they're being corrected, or when you share contrasting information that they feel almost attacked. For example, my favorite anime character ever is Madara. I love Naruto just as much as the next person, and I think you could guess that if you looked at my socials, however that doesn't mean that I think Madara should win all the time, because what's the fun? If you win all the time, there's no actual value in the victory at all. There's no point to even working hard for something if in the end it's already predetermined. I don't mind if Madara loses to powerhouses like Superman, Thor, Hulk, or whoever fictional character you want to compare to him out there. That's their opinion. I have my opinion. My respect for Madara as a character will never be questioned if he's not the most powerful being ever created of all time. After all, the reason why he's my favorite character is not because he's the most dominant, but because of his character traits and how he portrays his rationale of peace in a world ridden by war. That constructive ideology that you can see in even the most newer age shonen in anime, which were ultimately influenced by him. It's the character that made me love the guy, not because of his powers or whatever he can do. Granted, he does do a wee bit of dick swinging here and there, and just honestly adds so much more to why I like him. Like, how could you not enjoy him brutalizing an entire section of the Shinobi Alliance? And not to mention him flexing on the Kage. Regardless, Madara is an inspiration to me and a lot of other fans. My only problem comes in is when people downplay characters using unreasonable claims, just like in the example I provided. That's the only time I really jump in, so that I can balance the information and knowledge surrounding the comment and maybe throw a little bit of intellect in the discussion. But nowhere am I going to convince you that this character should win, or you should accept my opinion, or anything along those lines. Another quote that perfectly encapsulates what I'm trying to say is, an intelligent person never argues with the fool. Why? Because it's a waste of time. If you think you are intelligent, don't let stupid people drag you down to their level. So it's better to save your time and use it more productively than arguing over the internet, where really no one ever wins. Once you shared your view and perspective, typed your answer or comment, you leave. It's no use trying to convince people because people don't want to be persuaded, they want to be heard. People who share the same level of integrity will think you are right, and those who aren't will disagree with you. You don't have to prove yourself. That's one way to avoid debating on the internet. Always take the high road. Don't be that toxic guy on the internet who acts as if they have no life outside of their room or basement and spends all their time replying to comments who disagree with them, just to prove their superiority. Remember, a cheetah doesn't need to prove that it is the fastest out there, because it knows it can always catch you whenever it wants. Anyway, the world is full of intelligent people that can find or will find you reasonable enough without spending your time on the counter arguing all the comments that disagree with you just to make yourself feel good by becoming the last commenter in the thread. I know it feels good when the other side stopped replying, you feel like you won the discussion, but that's not really the case. That's only your ego. A person who thinks the sky is green will never think it is blue, no matter how much you tell them that the sky is blue. So don't spend time with toxic people in the community or any fandom, and just enjoy what you want to enjoy in life without offending others. Although, I get it can't be helped with ego-sensitive people as they get offended very easily. But if you spend time with these toxic people, you will just end up being toxic yourself. It may also lead to stress. Remember, you become what you continuously feed into your mind. With that, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and comment some of your favorite characters and what made you love them. If you want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.